Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia. I was debating on whether to even post this or not, but I'm just gonna post it because, I'm trying to be real, so here we go. I wasn't gonna even come on here at all. I wanted to take a break for a couple days, but I feel like I just need to come on and talk about it, right? So last night, by the time I went to sleep, I was just so exhausted, and I was being attacked, and I just didn't even care. I was like, whatever, attack away, go ahead, enjoy. Right? I didn't even care. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna go to bed. Let them take over in the sleep state or whatever, because I just was not in the fucking mood. I'm just not in the fucking mood for the shit today. I feel like I'm going crazy right now. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I do, but it's, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with it. I'm just so fucking annoyed with this shit. And that's their whole point, right? And I hate that it's like, it's like getting to me, and I'm letting it get to me. So I hate that, I'm like, this shit is, it's not gonna, like, end me or anything. I'm just having a bad day, Like I've said before, every day cannot be a good day, right? I mean, I try my hardest, but it's just some days are not good, right? I mean, especially here, like, this is where we're supposed to master our duality, right? And some days are just not good. It is what it is. I'm not gonna fucking come on here and lie and say, oh, everything is great, everything is good, because it's fucking not. And I don't like to lie, I'm very blunt and to the point, so that's what it is. So I'll speak on one of my attacks, and it was more of a mental attack. I had one of Twin A's clones come through and just abuse the shit out of me. It was horrible. Just saying some nasty ass stuff, right? I don't know. It was weird because he was going on and on and on and on and on, just saying awful things for it seemed like 10 minutes straight, maybe. And it was weird because I also saw Danny again. This Danny, that's also a part of our family. I saw him too, but he didn't say anything. He just sat there with this weird look on his face, like, whoa. I don't know what that was about. I'm really curious though, why the fuck that happened. Why is he there? Why was he sitting there when I was being abused by Twin A? I mean, I'm hoping it was his clone, because if it wasn't, then that's just fucked, right? It's gotta be. But it's of course, I try not to take it personal, right? Because I know these attacks are happening. I mean, I literally saw these clones being made, but I'm like sitting here saying, no, what if it's the real one? But of course, my mind's playing tricks on me, saying, no, it's the real one, right? It's the real one. Like, no, it can't be. And I'm trying not to take it out on Michael, because they're the same person, I'm like, go away. And now I'm thinking that Danny is one of these 21. He's probably one of the 21 originals, one of these human prototypes, because why else would he be there unless he was a new clone as well, right? Either that, or he's one of the 12. He's either one of the 12 of Michael, or he's one of the 12 of Lucifer. And once again, I feel like I'm going crazy, but I know this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me go crazy, right? And I hate that it's working a little bit. And add to the fact that it's fucking, we're in Mercury retrograde, so I'm just really annoyed today with this shit. I'm really annoyed. I'm annoyed with this AI system. I'm annoyed with these AI boxes. I'm annoyed with these AI cubes. I'm annoyed with these fucking clones. I'm annoyed with these altars. I'm just annoyed altogether with all this shit, right? I'm fucking annoyed. I don't know. I thought it'd be good if I talked about it, because maybe that will help, right? So I'm just keeping busy doing chores, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use the distractions that are all a part of this world today, because that's what I feel like doing. So leave me alone, everyone. That's how I am today. I just don't want to do it today. I just want to be left alone. Let me use these distractions that are all around me. Not bad, but you know what I mean. I'm just like watching movies and TV shows, like I normally don't do, but it is what it is. And like another thing that's that I know I'm not going to stay in this mood, but it was like, I was thinking, what is the fucking point, right? I'm positive all the time, and I get negativity back, right? So what? I'm positive all the time, and I get negativity, right? So I might as well be negative, because then I get negativity back regardless, right? If I'm positive, I get negative. So, if I'm negative, I get negative. So that's how I feel today. And I know I'm not going to stay like this, but that's just how I feel. I was saying this over and over earlier. Like, but seriously, it's like my mindset is today is I'm positive, right? Most of the time, right? And I get negativity back, right? So I'm just going to be negative because I get negativity back regardless of how I am and what, you know, that's how I feel today anyway. That's how I feel today. I'm going to get negativity back regardless if I'm positive or negative, right? It's just, it pisses me off and I'm so fucking over it. You know, you find out, you know, if you're positive, you'll get positive energy back. You'll get positivity, but that's not the fucking case. Not with me anyway. And apparently all my brothers and sisters, it's the same fucking shit, right? We find out that this AI system is overriding those laws, right? That even we can be positive all we want, but we're gonna get negativity back, right? Because it's fucking this AI system that's doing that. It's overriding our free will. And when is enough going to be enough? I have fucking had it. I'm fucking done. I'm done with this shit. This is the following day that I'm talking right now here, and clearly it was triggered, right? It's like you know, clearly I have some healing to do, right? And it's obviously coming up. There's a lot of shit that's coming up, but like I said, it's not just that. It's a lot more. It's a lot more complex with this other shit, this AI system. But I'm clearly triggered here, so that's telling me that I have work to do, right? So I hope you guys weren't too, you know, triggered by this video. But there's still more that I came to talk about this morning, which I'm gonna play here as well, which is pretty interesting. But I'm not trying to run away, right? I'm facing my shit. And I hope you guys are doing the same. And I should have known this was coming because Lucifer has been, you know, very present lately. And, you know, I think we're working on his shit. And he's got a lot of darkness. I'm sure you guys know. So this is like I have work to do with Lucy. And I'm sure I've already seen, you know, flashes of it. And it's kind of the stuff that I was like, oh, no. Like, we worked together before. We've worked together many times, but one of the times was, you know, we were in meditation and these flashes came into me and I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me. I can't do this, right? And he's like, and I was saying, no, I can't look at this. The stuff that you've done is too much. I can't look at this. He goes, no, that's not me, honey. This is your shit. And I was like, what? I'm like, oh, damn, no, stop. You know, he's like, I came in because it was us together, right? But he was trying to, you know, ease me into it, showing me this stuff. And I thought that, like, this is too evil for me to even look at this stuff that you've done. And he's like, no, this is the stuff you've done. And I'm like, check, please. But here's the stuff I recorded at around 1 o'clock in the morning. It's coming next here. And you know what else? I had to come add this, like, you know, like way later. Like I took like I went to bed for the night and then I just woke up after maybe 3 hours of sleep. So I'm not sleeping right. I'm like, my sleep's all fucked up too, right? So, you know, I remembered that there was 6 planets in retrograde right now, right? So I was like, yeah. We have Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto all in retrograde. So, I mean, wow. They're not fucking around. The astrology's not fucking around. And remember, you guys, when we ascend, right? When this planet ascends, it's not just this planet, like I've said. This solar system ascends together. Because remember, it used to be one planet, right? Terra, 5D planet Terra, used to be our solar system, okay? Before the fall, that was planet Terra. And when Terra exploded, or had the implosion, right? And how interesting, when you break up Terra, it's Ta and Ra. Interesting, huh? So in regards to Terra, it broke off and created our solar system, right? So when we ascend, all of these planets will merge and become one again. Oh shit. And it will become planet Terra again. But I think it's gonna be different though. It's fucking complicated because we've done this before. Those of us from the future, I think we go right to Aurora. So Earth is called different things depending upon which time space you're looking from. Okay, so we have 3D Earth, which is called Earth. Then we have 5D Earth, which is called Terra. Then we have 7D Earth, which is called Gaia. And then we have the one that's not in any time space, that is Aurora, which is a 0 point. It's a 0 point. No time is there. That's where real freedom is, in heaven, real heaven. 5D Earth is bleh. Let's see, not now. Back off. Dun, dun, dun. I'm not laughing, buddy. Buddy. There's your word, buddy. Or actually, that's both you and Michael's word, right? Take it easy. You need to take it easy. You are starting to scare us. Oh boy. Do you hear this, guys? Like, I'm fighting with myself. I've been fighting with myself, literally. It's like we're at war with each other. It's a past shit. It's like a past life trauma, right? And then it's like I have resentment towards these guys because they were my handlers, right? So it's like this shit's coming up, and you know. Like, I've seen so many flashes where I've been killed by these guys, right? So I kind of have a little bit of resentment, and they're living inside of me. So it's like, it gets a little complicated. Is this real life? They just... Okay, so Michael and Lucy just both showed me themselves sitting on a bed and then taking the comforter and then covering their whole bodies with it, but they're sitting up doing it, you know? Oh boy. It's like they're hiding, you know? They're like, you're scary. You can get really scary sometimes. You guys. She is scary though, for real. She can get really scary. Like, you can't even talk to her right now. Well, now a little bit, but before, no way. I don't dare speak. Doesn't matter what you say to her. Her comebacks are just, there's nothing that you can say. Because she makes you think, oh, damn, you're right. So we just back off. We back off. We know what we're doing. We're going to just back off for a little while. I'm sorry I killed you, Bianca. I'm sorry, okay? It's not like I wanted to kill you, right? Oh wow, that's getting emotional in here, guys. I mean, these guys fucking killed me like a lot of times, right? Not only like killed me like, and to where I you know, that's a whole nother subject, but they brought me back to life, right? And this was before I reached my seraphim status or whatever. I wasn't able to just manifest myself back, but so in the past, I would have really died and had to go through the whole thing, you know? But that's apparently a bunch of bullshit too, you guys. When people die in this world, that's a whole nother video that I found out that no one knows about. That because this planet, or the solar system, which I'll get into, was in quarantined. These people never really die. They were just being recycled. That they were using those soul catching boxes, right? I guess we're getting into it now. They were using these soul catching boxes, right? That's what that light is when you die. And, you know, you'd go to the white light. That white light was a fucking soul catching box. And yes, our higher selves were okay with this because there was nothing for else. We were stuck here. Everybody that here was stuck here, right? So there was nothing else to do but play a game because we're locked in here with this fucking, the archons and this black goo and this fucking diseased part of the galaxy, right? So it's fucking complicated, you guys. It's complicated. And I really don't even know how far this goes out. It might, who knows? Maybe it's the whole universe. I mean, I would not be surprised, right? But I don't think so. I think it's just, I don't fucking know, you guys. I just have a feeling that I know we were quarantined. So those higher realms were like locked off to us for a long time. I don't know how it works. I don't know when it changed. I don't know any of that. I just know that, you know, our souls kept getting recycled over and over, and we had short lifespans, which we were programmed to die early anyway. Like, I don't know. And our higher selves are okay with this because, like I said, there was nothing for else to do. We had to do something, so we, you know, that's what I'm getting anyway. You know, that we just kept getting recycled and recycled and recycled and recycled. When I say we, I'm talking about humanity. So, you know, that was us in the past. It's very complicated. And it's fucked up. There's like a lot more that we're gonna learn, that we're gonna be, it's like the only way we'll be able to handle it is if we are spiritually grown, right? Like I've told you before, I have a theory that this whole planet is under ultra programming, right? In different forms, some of us more than others. Yeah. So back to what I was saying, I'll get into that in another video because I'm just too tired to go down that road right now. So one of the first times Lucy killed me, it was I don't know, it was really weird. They showed me this vision a long time ago, and we were in the park. I was like swinging on swings, and all of a sudden I have a vision of Lucy cutting me with his sword, right? Cutting my neck. It was just really fucked up. And I think that's the one that, you know, they didn't bring me, like I was really a death, right? But then as we climbed that ladder, so to speak, of this hierarchy of angels, we began to become more powerful, and then we had these human prototype things, or whatever the fuck they are, to where we can't die, we don't die, we can manifest our bodies back. And because we also, well, it's about, one of the reasons is because we have that human prototype in that fucking tank or whatever on that, in the SSP, where our archangelic self, super soldier self, is like keeping watch over that. And remember, they're multidimensional, so they have a piece here too. So basically the 21 and the 12 of the archangelic human prototypes and humans anchored them to this planet, so they were allowed to work on this planet. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it was quarantined, so they used us to get here, but they're just using their human selves because they are them in the past. It's pretty complicated, but it's very interesting. And then, like, you know, Michael said about, you know, how we infiltrated the dark, and that was our archangelic selves who did that. We pretended to be of the dark, and what we did is we were our own human prototypes handler, right? But that's how we got into there. That's how we knew what they were up to. We knew their playbook. We knew every little thing, right? And not only that, like I said before, we were our own human prototypes handler, right? But we were also our twins human prototypes handler too, right? So I was basically Faith, Michael, and Lucifer's slave. And remember, our archangelic self is different than this person that we are right now. We had to switch things up so the dark didn't catch on, and they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know we were the same beings, right? They didn't know that this, and I don't think her name was Faith there. I'm not sure, right? Whoever, whatever my name is my Faith is my archangelic name, but I don't think she uses that name as her, you know, her real name. I think she changed it. I'm very curious to know what it is. I could ask, but I'm just too tired to even talk. I kind of not talking to them right now. I mean, I am, but I'm just like I said, we're going through a lot right now. And like I said, now they know the archangels were involved in all this. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, how did they not know? If they had, you know, time and travel technology. Oh, shit. You know what I just remembered? There was a point up to, well, I don't think this is the case anymore, but before, there was a period in time where Looking Glass would only look up to a certain day, like a certain year, and it wasn't able to go past that day, that year. And that's probably why, right? Because they weren't allowed to see too far into the future, because then the whole thing would have been blown. This whole secret operation would have been blown. And you know what I find very interesting as well is how, remember you guys when I was able to see that they were making clones of us, the 21 of us. They were making clones of all of us again to attack us and do black magic rituals on us and to, you know, cast new spells on us, or try to at least, right? And remember, who was president at that time? Bill Clinton, right? So it creeps me out to know that that day in September, a few years later, right, when Bush was president, that hadn't happened yet, you guys, right? So it's like, did they do that because of this? This is just fucking insane to me. To cut further away the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? Remember they like that video that I made when the illuminated naughty waged war against Source Creator. That happened after the Clinton administration, remember? So it makes you start really thinking, like, what the fuck? And I swear, things did get worse after that, right? For me anyway. Like, my life took a 180 turn right around that time. Right when the Clintons were in office. Like, I was a good kid. I was, I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't doing any of that. I was a really good kid. And then around that time, when the Clintons were in office, and then after that, my life went south. But that's one reason also. But also, I was also apparently doing 20 and backs at the same time. So that's could be, and I was being abducted through all that shit too. So, there's a lot of reasons. But still, I just find these coincidences it's too much to not look at, right? It's like they went hard on these attacks. But at the same time, remember, our archangelic forms were there during all that to make sure that they didn't kill us, right? That they didn't go too hard on us. And at the time, they didn't know, apparently. But wouldn't they know now since they looked in the past? See, it drives me crazy. I don't know. He says there's a block there, and they weren't able to see that. They just knew that the 21 of us were special or something, but that's why they changed the way we looked. That's why we could not look like our archangelic self, because those selves were, a part of that group. The, and the upper echelons of the handlers, right? This shit is blowing my mind. Like, if they were communicating with the future versions of themselves, it's like, how did they not find out? But apparently there's, like I just said, it's mind-blowing. And another thing I have to mention, and this is going to blow your mind. When me and James talk frequently, he's becoming like very, very close friend of mine. Like, I love him to death. And like I can feel like that family, like the inner knowing that yes, we are family, and I love him unconditionally, right? So he told me, I told him, or I didn't tell him what I was doing for my wish, but he did tell me. He told me he was wishing for Nasara and Gasara, or Nasara Jasara, however you want to pronounce it. And this is going to blow your mind, you guys. I was thinking about that, right? And if you guys have done your research on Nasara Gasara, apparently Bill Clinton was held at gunpoint, okay, to sign that bill, or whatever it's called, to start Nasara and Gasara, right? He was held at gunpoint to sign that bill, okay? And it was to go into effect on that day, a few years later, in September, when Bush was in office, right? It was supposed to go into effect on that day in September when Bush was in office. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And here James was making a wish on September, the day, but this year, right? To start that, right? So I find it interesting how I was shown these clones, and Hillary Clinton, it was her of the time period when Bill Clinton was held at gunpoint to sign that bill. And here he's making a wish in our time space. What a fucking coincidence. I mean, wow. I mean, this time travel stuff, it really starts, you can see it. I want to know who held him at gunpoint. I want to know who it is, who it was. I would not be surprised if it was Lucy. Lucy or Lucy's human prototype. And remember, even if his human prototype did that, he wouldn't remember because he would have been activated to do that. They would have activated his alter to do it, so he'd had no memory of doing that, so he couldn't get in trouble. It's just blowing my mind. And I'm hearing laughing right now, so who knows? It might have been, I don't know. I'm so curious though. All right, you guys, that's where I'm gonna stop. I love you. Oh, and I'm going to do a story time video coming up soon regarding my life story, because I remember when I was working with my friend Kevin O'Brien, he transitioned years ago. He was a really good friend of mine, but he's one of the guys that I told, I don't know why I told him my life story, and he was so fascinated. He's like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. He's like, just tell me more, right? He was so into it. He's like, who are you? Right? And I was like, huh, yeah. And that's not even all of it, not even close, because he that was years ago when I was working at OMG Tech Help. So that was 8-9 years ago. So a lot of things have happened since then. A lot of things happened since then. Crazier and crazier shit happened, right? My spiritual awakening didn't happen until 2018, 2019. So, and a lot of weird shit happened from then on till now. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about that for sure. All right, that's where I'm going to stop, you guys. I love you. Shields up, swords up. Let's get it.